Hello guys, welcome to GPT Together. So my name is Charles and welcome to my very first video. Okay, so cut it short and sweet, right? My YouTube channel is based on currently, of course, as per the name, GPT. We are trying to find and share what kind of prompts that are very useful to us, to the general public, and anything that you want to ask them to be a virtual assistant and an OS or everything that you want them to be. Of course, there's a limitations, but we try and make do with what you have right now. So the whole purpose of this channel, right, is to gather information that we found on maybe Reddit, Discord, and Twitter, and some on some forums, in some forums. So what we are trying to gather over there is all those valuable contents, right? Informations that we can share with you guys and hope that it can help you in any aspects of your life. Okay, so let's proceed to this. So what we are sharing today is a prompt that the creator mentioned that it can be the very first operating system in ChatGPT itself, an operating system in ChatGPT itself. So the prompt's name is called QuickSilver OS. Okay, so let's check out in ChatGPT. So over here, okay, so here we are in ChatGPT. Of course, I subscribe to ChatGPT lah. So I got the plugins, beta, etc. And in this very chat, right, I enabled plugin Keymate. Keymate is one of the plugin that allows our conversation to have web browsing, because recently the Bing search is removed from ChatGPT due to some issues. Okay, so this whole prompt I'll be sharing it in a text file, and I'll be giving credit to the creator. His name is QuickSilver on Discord. Okay, so I'll be sharing his contact. I'll be sharing his contact information. I mean his Discord user ID. If you have any issues, I'm not really sure if he'll reply, but he's a really nice guy, because when this OS was released, this prompt was released, at least if I remember correctly, it's June or July. So it's August. It's August right now, right? Yeah, it's August right now. It's almost 3 months ago. And when it was first released, I think 10 to 20 people tried it out, and we were there to give feedbacks and everything. I was trying to generate some YouTube related stuff, and I had some difficulties because I am not really sure how do I go about it. And I asked him a lot of questions, and he really he really he really shared a lot with me and taught me a lot. Yeah, he's a really nice guy, but I'm not really sure if he will reply to your messages. So anyway, here is his prompt. Okay, so you guys can check it out in a text file. It has everything that the features and everything of the whole OS. Okay, so once you put in the prompt, right, they will be saying welcome to QuickSilver OS. Okay, so Wall-E is the name of the virtual assistant that is in the OS. Okay, so he can help you do almost everything that you needed. I mean, within its means. Okay, so like I said earlier, right, I have enabled plugins Keymate is because I want them to utilize web browsing. So in other words, if I were to look up anything that were to be information at 2022, 2023, right, the OS is able to do that. Okay, and the second plugin I enabled here is Zapier. Okay, so Zapier is I mean most of you guys should know Zapier is a plugin that allows you to book or to arrange any schedules or any bookings that is available. Okay, so let's go through the features over here. Number one is to open app and launch any applications. So the applications are things that are within the OS. Okay, it's not anything that you can come up with. Of course, you can try. Of course, from what I heard from QuickSilver, right, you can create an application itself and then you launch it itself inside the OS. Okay, so there is Open App, Search, Organize Schedule, File Management, Communication, and lastly, the point system is not really related to the OS. It's just there to for the beta testers, right, to motivate them to test more and ask more. So whenever you ask one question, right, you'll get 10 points or something like that. Okay, so once I input the prompt, right, Woi will be explaining the features, and then they will be saying what is your main goal today, so you can set a goal. Okay, so it's quite straightforward. But because without this OS, right, I'm sure, I mean, if you are a new ChatGPT user, right, whenever you start talking to ChatGPT, whenever you start to have a conversation, you will have problems like, example, let's say I want to make a pizza. Okay, you ask ChatGPT, I want to make a pizza, can I have the recipe? ChatGPT will give you a recipe, but the problem about it is you never mention what kind of pizza you want. Do you want Hawaiian? Do you want a vegetarian? Do you want any other pizza? But you never mention it. So without the information, right, by right, ChatGPT shouldn't even be giving you a recipe because he doesn't even know what kind of pizza you want. Correct? This is just an analogy. So the thing good about QuickSilver is that everything you want, right, they will ask you. So example, you say I want a pizza recipe. They will be asking you what kind of pizza do you want and like there are a lot of questions. So the good thing about questions is that we just have to answer it and then we will get the output we want. Because by right, utilizing ChatGPT, right, we have to make it like conversation, so that ChatGPT can get more information out from our conversation and then give us better outputs from it. Yeah, that's about it. So I'm quite lazy. So I told QuickSilver, I told Woi, I'm sharing this super prompt to my viewers in YouTube. Okay, so I would love a list of main features with case studies or examples to present to my audience so they can understand better. So they say, I mean, Woi is a very nice guy, absolutely. Here's a detailed list. Okay, so again, we saw the same features as per the last message, but with the example. So of course, these examples are very brief. It's very brief until you try it out yourself. So the whole point of QuickSilver OS, right, is that it is supposed. So if you guys don't know anything about AutoGPT, you guys can check it out. AutoGPT is like ChatGPT with functions of web browsing plus other stuff lah. So it was very popular before ChatGPT releases plugin beta. But after ChatGPT releases plugin beta, whatever we want to do can be done on ChatGPT already. I mean, when OpenAI released it. So I never heard of AutoGPT since. So anyway, if you are able to link up ChatGPT with third-party apps, then you will be able to use a few of the functions over here. Okay, so like search feature, I already enabled Keymate. So whenever I say I will do the example later lah. Okay, so there has the organized schedule. Okay, file management, communication. So you can communicate with a specific agent. So example, David, who is working on a collaborative project. Okay, you want to have a direct conversation with an agent like a language translation agent. So this is the same function as per you're asking ChatGPT to act as a swimming coach and teach me whatever. Okay, so this is almost the same thing that QuickSilver come up with, but it's very autonomous. As in whatever problems you have, right? You tell Woi, okay? You tell Woi, and Woi will keep it. Will be considering which agents to help you with your problems or your goals. Okay, so the task management feature, okay, Emma, translation feature is quite straightforward. Health tracker, travel planner. So travel planner is the one that I will be using it with Zapier, where I can ask them to plan I can ask them to plan, and then they will use Zapier to book. Okay, so finance manager to track our expense, user app creation feature. So a budding developer uses the user app command to create his own applications within QuickSilver OS, tailoring the system to its unique needs and ideas. So that was what I meant when you can create your own app, like what QuickSilver mentioned. And Wall-E, your in-app assistant, and gamification is just something to motivate uh, early users to carry on. Okay, so I mentioned come up with 2 scenarios where I can take advantage of QuickSilver OS as compared to without it in ChatGPT. So scenario 1, planning a dream vacation. So I mean, this is the answer by Wall-E. So Wall-E says if you're booking it without QuickSilver OS, you have to ask ChatGPT multiple questions one at a time about flight options, hotel recommendations, local attractions, and travel advisories. So you have to ask them one by one. So the challenges was the process could be time consuming and might require you to keep track of various pieces of information manually. Okay, but with QuickSilver OS, you simply have to use the travel planner command and input your destination and travel dates. And Wall-E will coordinate with various expert agents. Okay, so when you tell a goal or a problem with Wall-E, like I said before, he will find the agent for you and he will execute the thing for you, like flight finder and hotel booking. They will work together in background to find the best options based on a preference. So when you say QuickSilver was released by QuickSilver OS was released by QuickSilver before the plugins were enabled. So a lot of people was finding that a lot of things are quite how to say is quite virtual, as in it's really hard to execute. But when plugin was released, right, a lot of things can be done using third-party apps, or I mean can be done using plugins. Yeah, so whatever I'm telling them, they can execute through a plugin. That was when the plugin craze, and then a lot of people has been creating different plugins to, of course, make money and creating values in order to make money, right? So the advantages of QuickSilver OS is they can organize the information for you from flights and accommodations. Okay, so you can even integrate with the finance manager to have you set and track your budget for a trip. That's the good thing. Okay, so coming to the scenario 2, this is all by Wall-E, and I'm just being a human counterpart. Okay, so scenario 2 is to learn a new skill. Okay, so when you want to learn a new skill like playing the guitar without QuickSilver OS, you might ask ChatGPT where to find guitar lessons, how to choose. So Wall-E is saying that you when you're trying to learn a skill without QuickSilver OS, right, you have to ask every single time. Just like I mentioned, because QuickSilver OS is the good thing for beginner like us, right, is that whatever we like, I want to make money. So when he will ask, he will ask me, oh, what kind of strengths do you have, what kind of skills do you have, right? It is not that straightforward and simple. You can ask that in ChatGPT. It won't be asking you any questions. Okay, so when you want to learn a new skill without QuickSilver OS, the challenges is to keep track of various resources, and setting up structured learning path can be overwhelming. You might lose motivation if you have to spend a lot of time organizing. Okay, so this is the answer by Wall-E. But with QuickSilver OS, we are able to use the learning resources command, and Wall-E will engage a music learning agent and a schedule organizer agent. So they will collaborate to provide you with a step-by-step learning plan, including recommended lessons, practice schedules, and feedback loops. Okay, so the advantages of QuickSilver OS not only find the resources you need, but also help you integrate them into your daily life with the schedule thing. So you can set reminders for practice sessions. Yeah, a lot of things that is better with the OS. So the thing about sharing this prompt, right, is just to make our life easier. Even if it's easier by 5%, yeah, it's still better than nothing, right? So in both scenarios, QuickSilver mentioned that QuickSilver is better. I mean, Wall-E mentioned that QuickSilver is better, obviously. So I'm curious about how scenario 1 will work. I mean, I hope that you're curious too, like how the whole scenario will work, as in I ask them to book a trip to Bali for 2 and what kind of recommendations and how they will come back with the recommendations. So I asked Wally to run a simulation for scenario 1, which was the dream vacation. So utilizing Zapier to execute those tasks, we want to know how the whole process of how Wally will execute the dream vacation. So they are happy to, or certainly, okay, so they will illustrate how. So this is just a simulation, so without the real thing. Because if you want the real thing to work, right, they will have to use Keymate with internet access for real-time data also. I mean, it's possible right now with all the plugins. Okay, it's because in ChatGPT, if you don't know this, right, in ChatGPT, not only that we can use only one plugins, we can use 2 to 3 plugins together concurrently. Okay, so how will the whole scenario work? So number 1 will be flight booking. Okay, Wally will activate the flight finder agent like he mentioned. The flight searches for the best flight options based on the user's location, and Wally will use Zapier to connect with the user's email and send flight options to the user's inbox. Okay, so they will send the whatever cheapest and the timing to the user. Okay, second one is the hotel reservation. Hotel booking agent will find accommodations that matches the user's preference. Example, beachfront, free breakfast, and gym. So all this information, right, this kind of preference, right, is just like the pizza topping that I've been talking to you about. You can't be telling him you want a pizza, how many buy it. You have to tell him what kind of pizza you want, right? So the agent will find a list of options and present them to the user. Once the user selects a hotel, Wally will use Zapier to create a new role in Google, name vacation plan. Okay, so anyway, itinerary planning, Wally can do itinerary planning also. I'm sure a lot of people has been watching TikTok and using ChatGPT to plan an itinerary is simply marvelous lah, right? I mean, it's very relaxing and you can just give them whatever preference you have and they will make do for it. Okay, so the hotel and flight is done, and the itinerary planning, once the user approve, right, they will put it in your calendar on in your schedule. And in this scenario, they can even do as budget management also, and travel documents and pre-trip summary, continuous check-ins. So this is almost the future, but of course, there are a lot of people having different discussions about what an AI can do, but we'll do that another day. Okay, but in this scenario, it's quite amazing as to what Wally can do in QuickSilver OS, because I'm sure without this OS, right, it's really hard for you to do all these 7 tasks. Okay, so throughout this process, Wally is the central coordinator, ensuring that each agent's output is integrated smoothly into the user's plan, and the user is kept informed and engaged at every step. Okay, so yes, Wally is just like your virtual assistant to everything. It's only 20 USD a month. Yeah, it's much cheaper to engage Wally. Okay, so that's scenario 1. Okay, so I told them, no, not bad, come up with 2 more scenarios but involves making money and how it works with different ChatGPT plugins. Okay, use internet search if needed. So like I said, Keymate was the plugin that I chose for this chat. But why did I mention internet search is because in this OS, whatever web browsing, right, they call it internet search. I mean the OS call it internet search. Okay, so why did I choose making money is because I'm sure in this realistic world, right, we all are very interested in what ideas we can do, what ideas are there to make money. So yeah, I have asked the AI to come up with 2 scenarios that are able to that is better with QuickSilver OS than without. So scenario 1 is starting an online store. Okay, Wally is able to do the market research. Okay, setting up the store, pricing and profit margin using the finance manager again, marketing and sales, okay, including SEO. Okay, they will use the internet search plugin to find the latest marketing trends. Supplier and inventory management. Wally engages a supply chain agent to assist the user in finding reliable suppliers and managing inventory. Okay, again, they use the internet search because all this needs to be in real time. So continuous monitoring and optimization. Scenario 2 will be a freelance writing business. I understand freelance writing like on Notion, on Medium, sorry, on Medium makes quite quite a lot of money, but I'm not really interested in that. But if you're interested, you can ask them. So number 1 is starting a store. Number 2 is of course freelance writing business. I would choose a store because definitely much more interested in buying and selling. So what I'm curious is, all these are theoretical. So I'm curious as in how will the whole thing works. So for scenario 1, I ask, feel free to execute internet search and present to use the results for scenario 1. So certainly, so you see this over here, right? Used keymate search AI. So whatever they search, it will be over here. So whatever they search is over here. So after they done the research, which was around maybe less than 20 seconds, right? So Wall-E will be saying, certainly with all the results, here are some trending products. Okay, so these are all the products that they suggest: lip stain, matcha, power tool accessories. So all these products, right? Because previously, I mean months ago, I've asked the same questions before. Okay, so the most of the time, right, they come up with this answer is because they are the best selling products. So it's depending on the volume that the product did, and then Wall-E will recommend this kind of products to us based on the volume, based on the sales. So dog toys, shot glasses, yeah. So they will even give you all the suggestions. But I only did one scenario. So imagine if you're serious about this, you can ask them. You can ask Wall-E more about it. It's just like you're bouncing ideas off someone, but it's someone that is only 20 USD a month, and in back when I registered, I forget how long it was ago. More than a few months ago, right? ChatGPT was going at 20 USD a month, and it was 25 messages for 3 hours. Right now, they increased to 50 messages for 3 hours. So it's more than enough use. If you are serious in doing it, I feel that it's more than enough. If not, you can try I think that there's another scheme, right, where you just pay per user. So for how many words or letters you use, right, then you just have to pay for that amount. But I'm lazy to calculate that. So that's it for today. I'll be sharing the text file. I'll be crediting QuickSilver for this, and I hope that you guys enjoy it, and whatever positive or any feedbacks, right, I hope that you can share it to QuickSilver, because he is releasing his own Discord channel maybe today. Today is 17th of August. Okay, but by the time this video is up, should be 18, 19, 20. Yeah, so try the whole prompt out, and you'll be amazed by it. Really, no matter what you're doing, right, you'll be amazed by it. Even if you're not using the features, right, by how Wall-E is answering to you, by how the whole conversation is going, right, it's really worth it. Plus it's free. Okay, so another thing is, right, a lot of other bros out there is trying out using GPT 3.5, but I'm using GPT-4. Okay, so as per what QuickSilver mentioned, right, this works better on GPT-4, but on GPT 3.5 there are a lot of people they are having some issues with the whole prompt. So I'm quite sure, but all I used was GPT-4, so it works really well. It works. I mean, as long as it's within its means, right, to answer you or to give you anything, right, to help you, I think it works really well. So you guys can give it a try, and mostly I feel that's about it. Yeah, you guys can try the prompt, and then please comment and share if you want to ask anything, because I am a beginner myself, so I try to, maybe I'm a level 1, level 2 beginner, and you're level 0, so I can try to help to answer the questions that you guys are curious about, or any other prompts that you guys want to share with other people. Yeah, feel free to share in the comment section, like and subscribe, please. Thanks. Bye bye.